Hello and welcome back to the next episode. This new episode, I'm excited to share the reason of why I moved, how it came about, and what are some of the things that I learned along the way. So if you are listening to the audio, I am wearing a shawl, a red color shawl on a pink t-shirt, and it's my favorite color. All right, so I want to read to you a quote that I came across a couple of years ago. Right, it says, "6 months from now, you can be in a completely different space, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Keep working and believing in yourself." Now, I came across this quote by chance. I think it was on Pinterest, and I was just scrolling through, and I came across it, and I thought, "Oh, that's a nice affirmation. I think I'm gonna keep it and put it on my phone." So I tried to put it as my screensaver, but it didn't work because when, when my screen shuts down, I don't see it anymore. But I put it as my wallpaper. So it's on my phone wallpaper, and so I occasionally read it once in a while. I try to put it post-its around, to kind of just see it. And this time, when I found it, I just got a job as a lecturer to teach voice and playwriting and applied theatre back in Singapore, and I enjoyed myself. It was something that I really, really wanted to do. But it was kind of short-lived because it came upon a time where I had to make the decision whether I would have to stay and continue teaching or move away with my partner. And of course, we talked about it, and we talked, and I thought about it. And I don't know if you are someone who's also spiritual like me. So I have a religion, but I'm also spiritual with that religion. So I prayed and asked for guidance, and I looked at this quote once more. And that was when I decided that, okay, it was something that I had worked hard so much, to be teaching at a drama school as a lecturer, but this stint is now short-lived, and I'm forced to make a decision whether to stay and end the relationship with my partner, or to follow my partner to a new place and start anew. That was definitely very terrifying, and it was very difficult for me to choose that. But I prayed and I asked for guidance, and I thought about, now I think that most people, we would weigh the pros and cons and what are my possible career options if I moved, what am I gonna do? So fortunately, the school that my partner is working, they gave me a job to teach English part-time. So I was like, okay, I've always wanted to kind of give that a try, and I've always wanted to find somewhere, to work. So, as in outside of Singapore. So I guess I've been wishing that for so long, and then I've been looking at this code, right? And then when this opportunity presents itself, I was in a crossroad, and I didn't know if I would continue or something. So, I continued. I came over here, moved, basically left my life that I knew of 10 years doing theatre, of teaching drama, the friends that I know, the relationships that I built, and basically just to kind of move myself to a new place, to a new country, a new language where I don't know anything. Everything was just so new. And it was then that I realized I had held on to so much of my insecurities. I had held on to so much of believed and thoughts that didn't actually serve me. And when I think back, I was like, okay, how did I get to where I am right now? I mean, if I have been doing things right, then it shouldn't be this difficult, right? Like, it should kind of flow into it. It did flow into it, but it just wasn't the nice part of the river that I was looking for. It was the rapid part. So if you go white rafting, you know what I mean, right? It's the hard part of the river where there are boulders and everything is fast, and it's just, and I've been pushed right, left, right, center, things that I knew that could work, didn't seem to work in a new place like this. So I had to look at myself again. I had to meet myself again, and I had to look at opportunities again. I had to basically shed this skin that I have, and this belief that I have, and this mantra that I've been telling myself of 6 months from now, you can be in a completely different space, mentally, spiritually, and financially. Keep working and believing in yourself. I am in a completely different space. I am in a completely different mental space. Spiritually also, because it tested my faith in myself, in the bigger being, in my relationship. And it definitely challenged me financially. Because mind you, I had a major pay cut. It was a 90% pay cut from what I used to earn. Of course, I had my savings, so that when I moved here, there's still something that I could kind of live off and not rely everything on my partner. But not being able to earn, not being able to be a co-breadwinner in the relationship, it was really, really hard. And it took me a long time, mind you. It took me, let's say I arrived here late August, and now it's April, so it was until beginning of March or mid of March where I finally came to terms with that. That's about 8 months. That's about 8 months of looking at past behavior that didn't serve me and come to terms that this is something new. And I remember my ex-colleague from the drama school, she told me that when she did her master's in the UK for the first time, and she had to leave her children, people that she know, and she had to be in a new space, she said that she fell into she didn't go into a good place. It was hard. The weather was difficult, the stress, the academia was difficult, and of course financially. And she's not the only one. A lot of people whom I spoke to before coming here had warned me about this. But I didn't really know what it means until I had to go through it myself. Now, having said this, would I go through it all over again? Yes and no. Yes, in a sense that I now know what to expect. No, in a sense that it is another sense of moving, a sense of uprooting myself and going again. Now, I have not been here in Morocco very long, so I'm not kind of completely uprooting myself, but I have finally decided to settle. Like the dust is only settling. So to move again would be something completely new, and it's gonna, almost same thing, different place. But I would do it. I would, because I have not found a place that I'm comfortable in. I'm still eager to learn. I'm still curious to know what there is out there. And I'm still, I still want to find myself. I think that's what I take away from this moving, this skin that I have that I mentioned earlier, that I'm peeling off, and I'm kind of revealing more of who I am underneath it. I will talk more about this in another video, but I just want to kind of put it out there that the reason why I moved and how it has helped me is just because of a relatively simple mantra, and it goes, 6 months from now, you can be in a completely different space, mentally, financially, spiritually. Keep working and believing in yourself. That last bit is something that I come to terms with, and I hope that it's something that you get to come to terms with also, to believe in yourself. Again, I'm going to talk more about this believe in myself in another video, but I just want to end up with that. So thank you very much. Have a good day. If you're having breakfast, have a nice breakfast. If you're having lunch, have a nice lunch. Dinner, have a nice dinner. I'm going to break fast in a couple of hours time, so I'm going to start preparing for my dinner. So have a good day, everybody. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.